Hey friend, welcome back. Today I'm having a conversation with you and I want you to know that this video is for information purposes. I am going to share something with you that happened on October 31st. And I'm not doing this. I want you to be very, very clear. I'm giving this to you for the purpose of knowledge and wisdom. And here's why. So I put up a series of primary health system, Rave Psychology, and biology videos. There was 5 of them. And over the course of, what were they up? Like 2 months, around that, they got well over 5,000 views. And I want to operate my business. Now that the quote unquote golden handcuffs are off, I want to be very generous with my fractal line because I believe that generosity creates abundance. Generosity creates abundance. The more generous you are, the more community service that you do, the more abundance comes through you because it has this open conduit to do so. And I have got, oh gosh, probably like, I don't know, hundreds of emails over the last few weeks here. Today is what? Today's the 17th. So over the last 17 days, I've got hundreds of emails saying, Leann, where did you put those videos? I was chewing on them. I was watching them. I really love them. Where did you put them? Well, let me just show you. And again, caveat, I'm not doing this video to be spiteful in any way. I'm bringing this to you for information purposes. So on October 31st, when I came back into my office that morning, I saw that I had a copyright strike on my YouTube video, or on my YouTube channel, I guess, YouTube channel. And all 5 of those videos have been taken down. So what? There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5.5 hours of material here. So they've all been taken down. And the content was removed by the International Human Design School. Okay, very interesting. So I have options. Number 1, I can let the expiry or the strike expire until January 29th. Or I can email the claimant, the person that did this, who is Linda Bonnell, no surprise to me, through the International Human Design School. Still, my little old channel, 6,500 people, seems to be a threat to an organization that's been around for 30 plus years. Or I can take counteraction and actually start a lawsuit through YouTube. Oh, okay. So this comes to an email that I received around human design goes to court. Oh, really? Human design went to court. Let's take a look at this. So on June 3rd of 2020, the Court of Florence pronounced an order establishing that there cannot be a copyright on the human design system. The order followed a lawsuit that was initiated by Human Design Italia, Italy, an association claiming that they have sole ownership of the Italian language for Raw's material through the company Jovian Archive. Okay, great. So there was a lawsuit against Shatan Parkin, and it started in 2019 because he released a book in the English language, Human Design. Okay. After a very speedy trial, the judge thought otherwise. His decision stated this: there's no evidence has been provided by the claimants to prove that they had exclusive rights on the human design system or its teachings. Those teachings cover ideas, procedures, methodologies of representation that can be freely talked about, mentioned, illustrated, even by those who are not the creators, without infringing intellectual property rights, nor to do so does one need to be authorized by a school or by its founders, since in our legal system, the representation of ideas is free and not subjected to cult-like behaviors. So the principle stated by US laws and accepted by whatever this convention is, as valid for all countries who are a part of it, and Italy is that copyright cannot be recognized for an idea, a procedure, a process, a system, a method of operation, a concept, a principle, or discovery, regardless of the form in which it is described. And therefore, if Ra Uruhu cannot be the holder of a general intellectual property right on his ideas, rather just on his works, he cannot have sold it to third parties. So what they're saying is that he cannot hold copyright to this. The school cannot hold copyright to this information, human design, and it cannot be sold. So the object of this transfer from Jovian Archive to the Human Design Italy extension cannot be the right to exploit copyright that doesn't exist. So neither Jovian Archive nor its assignees could prevent others from publishing works on the human design system. And of course, because it is a part of astrology, Kabbalah, I Ching, the chakra system, neutrinos, DNA, quantum theories, quantum physics theory, all of that stuff, like none of that could be quote unquote copywritten, cannot be. And it's all here. So one of the things that the writer of this article indicates, thank you, Ra, for bringing this material to us. And of course, we all are very grateful for him doing this. But he wasn't the only guy that this downloaded through. Let's be honest. He told the story. He met the other fella that this downloaded through. So it wasn't just Ra that this information came through. So there's another falsehood that's put out there that this was just Ra and it just came through him. That's incorrect. So as the High Court states in 2016, there was a lawsuit, and copyright is not inevitable, divine, or natural right that confers on authors the absolute ownership of their creations. It is designed rather to stimulate activity and a progress in the arts of the intellectual enrichment of the public. Copyright is intended to increase and not to impede the harvest of knowledge. It is intended to motivate the creative activity of authors and inventors in order to benefit the public. And that's exactly what human design does. It benefits the public. So moreover, this court order is an important precedent for any other lawsuit that may be initiated by Human Design, Jovian Archive, or any of the organizations or individuals claiming intellectual property. So first and foremost, what I want to say here is that copyright strike, and I know that they're watching my videos, they are trolling my videos. Actually, the copyright strike itself is against the law. They have put it right here, and the courts all over the world have agreed that human design cannot be copyrighted. One caveat I want to say here, I did not claim this as my own. I shared material through classes that I was in that I paid exorbitant amount of money for. And I also gave credit to the school, to Ra, for any of the illustrations that I used. So to put a copyright strike on this YouTube channel is like telling a teacher in grade 10 that if they teach from a physics book, that they can be sued for copyright infringement. It's asinine and it's incorrect. And easily a lawyer can write a letter to Benel, to Linda and the International Human Design School and have that copyright strike removed. Okay, so what is super important here is that there's so many of us out there in the world trying to share this material. And I think it's really important to show that there was people involved in this lawsuit to help the world, have the quote unquote golden handcuffs taken off. Okay. So if you are in the human design realm, know that the material is for everyone. It is for everyone. And the exorbitant amount of money that is asked for through the school. And let me tell you, Jovian Archive, International Human Design School, and BG5 Business Institute, I spent over $66,000 altogether at their organizations, and 10 years, okay? What else do I want to show you here? So I went into the BG5 Business Institute, and miraculously, guess what? They have absolutely removed all the material that I paid for, all the classes that I attended. They've now removed them from underneath my account. One thing that they did leave under my account was my certification trainings. However, all of these dates are completely incorrect. They're totally incorrect. I did complete everything except for the cycles class, and they show here the foundation because I had already done everything through the International Human Design School. Now, going into my purchase history, they have totally wiped that out as well. So they indicate on here that I have nothing and have never paid for anything, which is totally wrong. Of course, I have all the documents, I have all the material, so I'm okay. But isn't it funny how an organization that has the keys, that absolutely has the keys to the kingdom, okay? And what do the keys tell us? Gate 55. That absolutely tells us that abundance is the only key. That's where we're moving to, is abundance. Abundance is in the spirit. And if your spirit is one that is of lack, is one of vengefulness, and is one of, I'm going to threaten to take things away from you. I'm going to threaten to take away your YouTube channel. I'm going to threaten to take away all the material that you graciously paid for. The organization itself, that's going to show in their bottom line. Okay, because they're trying to control something that is uncontrollable. It's uncontrollable. So that's why spaces like, Karen Curry Parker, Richard Rudd, Shatan Parkin, they're very generous. They're very generous. They all have their own YouTube channels. They do exactly what I'm doing here, and they're very generous with their material, with their offerings, and with the conversation and connection with human design. So they are flourishing. And there's no doubt why they are, because the key to abundance is in the spirit. And if the spirit is mean and rude and conniving, there is no spirit. Okay? So, do you want to save yourself a whole schwack of time and money and have a space where you can have all of the material, where everything's been brought to you in a way where you don't have to spend 10 years. You'll have the support that you need. Well, guess what? I've been asked over the course of the last, I don't even know how long, do you teach this? Will you mentor me? Will you do this? Will you provide classes? I wish you would teach this to me. All of these things, okay? And I always turn this down because I had the golden handcuffs of the organization. And now it's very clear that they want to have nothing to do with me, and they want to wipe me off the face of the earth. I'm okay with that. I don't play in that game, so I'm okay with that. And again, I know that their trolls are watching this video, and they're all going to sit down, they're going to watch this video, and they're going to start making fun of me, and I'm okay with that. So here's what I did, is I took all of the material, right? $66,000 worth. And I created a space where my students, where you can now have a linear process where you will have all of the material that you need to gather this high value skill in your own time, in your own pace, so that you can be a better leader, you can make more money, you can implement this in your business, you can help the people in your family get better, you can influence your network, you can absolutely be an authority in your field, and you can learn from my trial and error process, which is being loyal to an organization that has lack in their heart and vengefulness in their actions, okay? I'm also going to say, not only do I have this, but there is now a monthly mentorship. So we're going to meet twice a month, 2 hours each time. And all we're going to do is learn how to analyze charts. Okay. So that is the human design mentorship that I'm bringing out. Now, in saying that, if you're still looking at this price going, holy crap, Leann, that's a lot of money. I totally get it. I spent $66,000 and 10 years of my life to accumulate this information, work with it, experiment with it, and now bring it to you. And I use Ra's original teachings, and then I put it in a very simplified, understandable way for you. And there's like 160 plus modules in here, and you might go, whoa, that's a lot. But if you break it down, that's like $10 a module. That's really, really, really very, very insignificant price investment. Time investment, yeah, you're going to have to spend some time. Yes, because human design works on your cellular structure. That's just what it does. It takes time to let the material move through you. Okay. So when you click on this, when you go to my store and you find this human design self-study and you click on it and it takes you to the checkout, your mind is going to go, it's going to be blown by everything that is available to you. You want to have a better family life? I can show you how to do that. You want to understand the mechanics of your relationships? That's all in there. You want to really be able to build a business in a really practical, functional way? That's all in there. You want to be able to understand human design so that instead of just being like bits and pieces and parts all over the place, I bring it all together and synthesize it for you so that you can really, really grasp it. So it might look like a large investment. I'm telling you, like you're saving $64,000 by investing in this. That's pretty amazing. Now, if that looks really, really exciting, excellent. Jump in, get into the mentorship, because I am super, super excited to have people in this community, like jump in a way and gain this skill. Because I'm telling you, every organization in the world needs this. Every family in the world needs this. Every human being on the planet needs this, especially in our Western world. Okay. Now, if that looks too much for you, here's what I also did. I love this. I wrote psychology wrong. I love it when I make spelling errors because I think they're absolutely hilarious. Because I'm moving fast through time and space. Let me tell you. I took all 5 of those videos that we initially had started having this conversation about the copyright strike. So inside this tool, you're going to get all 183 pages of PowerPoint plus those 5 videos so that you can take your health, wellness, psychology, and biology to the next level. So what I love is this, Ra always talks about how, we're going to move into this godless existence. And I don't know. I really don't know. The Bible, when you look at it, it is just a book of principles and a book of states of mind. So I do not believe that we're going to move anywhere away from that at all. I think we're going to bring that closer into our existence. It's not going to be about sacrifice, sacrificial lambs, sacrificial human beings. I can see how the 1949 is gonna bust up that sacrifice piece. But I also believe that we're gonna really adopt the principles of God. It's no longer gonna be the sacrifice, but it's gonna be a way of life. And in order for us to awaken, it'll be to adopt those principles into our lives. Okay? So what I'm going for here is I want you to have the word, the correct language, the correct frequency that this material was brought to us with. And it's the same thing with the Bible. The word is the frequency. And that's what the 60-second gate teaches us in the throat center. It's the word. That's how we build the Maya. So I'm going to be honest with you. When people say, oh, you're a Manny Jen. No, I'm not. I'm a manifesting generator, or I'm an express builder. Those frequencies are totally different. They are totally different. I am not a mani-gen. I am not a trendy thing out there. No. I am an expression of the system that has been provided to us and the magic that that brings to us. Okay? So you will learn the frequency and the languaging that Ra has taught his students for years. And here's the other thing that I also want to say is in Ra's Rave Cosmology, in the second chapter, semester, I guess it is, in the second class of that semester, one of the last lines he says in that class is, he was excited. He said, you know, there's going to be a time where I'm no longer here to share this information. And I am looking forward to and excited about my students going out into the world and sharing this with their fractal line. So again, the International Human Design School, Jovian Archon, BG5, they have the keys to the kingdom. They have their own fractal line. And I bumped into that fractal line. I learned all the material. I steeped myself in teachers. I spent copious amount of hours for free in classes, helping out teachers, learning how to teach this stuff, to just be all of it being pulled out from underneath. And those are not the organizations that will take us into the future. I'm telling you that right now. The only organizations that are going to take us into the future are ones where the principles are steeped in the business. So you get to learn that. And I am definitely here to teach you. So if you want to get in, because I can't even tell you how fulfilled I feel to be building a community from abundance, from grace, from ease, from a place of peace, and not from a place of lack, vengeance, and whatever else. Okay, friends. So that ends my rant today. All the description down below is going to have all of that. So lean in, and I am really looking forward to this. It's been years in the making. People have been asking me for years, and guess what? Now's the time, because it's a response and it is pulling me that way. So see you in there. And thank you for being on my community service channel here on YouTube. And I hope that for years and years and years, I can serve you to step up, be in your magic, and help the world transition into the space of autonomy, sovereignty, love, peacefulness, acceptance. That's what it is, friends. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.